Hi guys, I am Stephanie and this is Joel. We've been with the company for 13 years.
13 years.
I feel like we share our story a little bit every single week. So what we're going to start doing is beginning of the week or the beginning of the month, every Monday, we'll share a little bit more. And here's why is we want to make sure that the people that we bring on, you're hearing from them as much time as we can do in that 30 minutes, because there's so much greatness that's going to come from this Zoom. Actually, I've been asking Courtney, hey, can you get on this week? Can we get on this week? So I feel like I've been anticipation for a while because they're living their best life right now. But her and her husband both work the business, and you guys are just going to love Courtney. So we're going to come on.
I think you're going to love Brett.
Yeah, it's awesome that they work together. They both have great things that they're going to be able to share. No pressure, guys. Where are they? I want to make sure I can see them. Courtney, can you actually unmute yourself?
Yeah.
No? Okay. I was telling them, I was like, pressure, but no pressure. It's all pressure on Brett, really. We have.
You're like, you said you're gonna love Courtney. He's like, just not me.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I love you.
Yeah,
we win.
We do. We love you both. You both bring so much to the table. We appreciate your leadership. All the things. You are just out leading from the front like crazy. You guys, a little bit about them. They are killing it with numbers. They are just head down, doing the work, doing all the things. And you guys have heard us week after work. What does it take? Whatever it takes. That is this couple. They are going to bring you everything that you need. And I love that a lot of it just back and forth texting. I'm like, I'm going to give you a couple scenarios. We're going to walk people through being a brand new distributor and where do you start? And then we're going to walk through the scenario of maybe you've been in 6 months, maybe you've been 5 months. Where do you start? So we're going to do that. And then we're going to end it with how to close out this month then, because we got another week of really strong enrollments that everything can change in a matter of 72 hours. So Courtney, Brett, come on and share a little bit about how long have you been with the company? Kind of your story and what you're doing. And then I've just seen you guys turn on the thermostat, full blast. You didn't turn it up a couple degrees. You guys have just cranked that thing. So I kind of want you to walk through that as well.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Courtney, this is Brett, and we've been doing this business for 5 years. So this is actually the longest job that I ever had in my life. I never in my corporate world, I never stayed past 3 years. So this is something that you can see that we're passionate about because we're here and we're just ready for the next 5 years. So when I first started this business, it was for that extra income, right? Did anyone start this? Drop a 1 in the chat for a side gig, just to pay down debt, credit card debt. My student loans were always just skyrocketing. I was getting my master's degree at the time. So I was super, super busy, right? I had a 60-hour work week. I had 2 part-time jobs and getting my master's degree. So I needed something I could do from social media that I could fit in those 5 minutes here and there. I literally utilized my bathroom breaks in order to just fit this in to make the income that I wanted to make with it. And for us, that was just for date night money, be able to travel, be able to pay for our dog food, which was crazy expensive. It wasn't at first, I didn't have that vision of it being something like how it is today for me. But it was just saying yes and getting started and just falling in love with it, falling in love with the journey and not realizing what my big goals and my dreams were. I'm thankful that this company gave me that opportunity to have those goals and those dreams, right? Because no one ever told me in high school or college or at my full-time job at that time, what do you want? What do you want in the next 5 years? What do you want in the next 10 years? If you guys don't mind, can you drop something in the chat that something you would love to happen in the next 10 years of your life, right? Think about what age you'll be in the next 10 years, what your life's going to look like. What would you love to accomplish? What would you love? Would you love that freedom of time, that freedom of just being able to have an income that you can literally make by touching buttons on your phone? Brett actually is my boyfriend at the time, and he didn't really he wasn't all about the business.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't hey, it's a scam, you're going to lose all your money kind of guy. I was more so she worked full-time, 2 part-time jobs and master's degree. I worked a full-time job and part-time at a bar too. So the time that we had together, it was very, very limited. So I was more of the selfish boyfriend. What about me? What about our Netflix time?
Yeah.
And that was just me not being I don't know, I didn't see the full vision of what she really cared about and what the company was all about until she started, playing the family calls, every Sunday. like on our living room TV. So like I didn't have another option. I was like, all right, I'll just hang out, I guess. And then I start to hear from Mark and Cami. I'm like, wow, these people are actually really awesome. And then I started hopping on like team Zooms and like, all right, this is pretty cool company. Let's see what it's all about.
Yeah. So if you have a significant other or spouse or someone that maybe is close to you that you would love to like, you know, feel that same fire that you're feeling, and maybe they're not there yet, they're not a lost cause, right? Like it took Brett a little bit of time, but he came around, and honestly, because of that, because of doing personal development and because of hopping on Zooms and doing these journaling sessions and things like that, we grew as a couple. Yeah. And without this business, we literally wouldn't even probably be together right now. And now we're married. So like that, being able to have that open communication between us came from me deciding to invest in myself and in my own personal growth. And that personal growth rubbed off on people close to me. And then we grew together. So this is something that of course is going to bring you the income if you want it to, right? But also you're going to grow with it. Like imagine the person that you can become. You're going to become the person you truly are meant to be. And just by doing that, every single person that is affected by you, like people in your circle and also people that you meet on social media today, tomorrow, next week, they're going to be able to change their lives because you said yes to changing yours. So for me, this quickly grew. And within a month, I ended up replacing my part-time jobs. So I was able to have more time with him. Yep. And then I had this business like as my side gig for 2 years. I built it to triple diamond income. By the time that I decided not to go back to the corporate world, I was actually laid off from my secure job that I thought I would always, you know, have. And thankfully at that time I had this business built to triple diamond, right? I was able to do that while working full-time still. And then I had the freedom, I had that decision in that moment to, hey, we're all in now. So for that next year, we made a dream board together because by that point he was starting to like do more things with me with the business. And we decided to put a motorhome on there to be able to like say, we're going to go presidential, start a family, all this kind of stuff that we put on our dream board together. And within a year's time frame, exactly a year later, we got engaged, we bought the RV, and then we went presidential. So that was 2020. And since then we sold our house in October. We've been traveling the country in this RV since. I'm actually at my mom's house. This is not the RV. I want a better Wi-Fi for you guys. But since then it's just been able to like, let us dream more. And now we're bringing people along for the journey with us. And I think it's more of like that fiery burning feeling that we both have now that helps us succeed in our business. And I hope I can share those tips with you guys tonight too.
Oh, you're going to be able to. I'm like fired up just hearing it. And I didn't know that about you, Brett. I didn't know that you weren't all in, because you guys, the way that he literally takes his business, like he's running multi-millions of dollars already. And so I love that story. I guess that's the thing is you can look at somebody and assume whatever you want to assume. You don't always know the whole picture. And so I love that we get to hear stories of it's never too late. You keep doing what you want to do. Like you keep moving forward and showing up every day and making those big decisions that you know that will happen. So I love that. I love the passion for that you have for the business, and that you're willing to share everything. One thing I want to know is when 4-in-1 came out, so, you know, you got to triple, you did all these things. Did that change the way that you looked at this business at all?
Yeah. So for me, I've always been like a super red personality. So mass recruiting. So when TikTok first came around and I sold my house. Well, we sold our house. Sorry. We're on the Zoom together. I forgot. We sold our house in October 2020. I just got really serious with like blowing up TikTok, and it blew up my enrollments, and I started enrolling like anywhere from 30 to 60 distributors a month. So for a solid probably year, maybe a little bit longer than a year, I was bringing in anywhere from 30 to 60 distributors a month. And then when 4-in-1 came out, I was at a point where I did a lot for a long time. And then I kind of burnt myself out because instead of just, hey, like, let me bring these people in and make sure that I'm giving them my all, it was all about like, let me bring the next person, let me bring the next person, let me bring the next person. So 4-in-1 helped us slow down and actually like really focus on these people that we're bringing in as, okay, what can I do to cast that vision for them to, of course, get their 4-in-1 bonus. But after that, I wanted them to be able to become a leader on my team, because when I went presidential, honestly, a lot of people that were on my team at that moment are not here anymore. So for us, right, a lot of people got burned out from 2020 and like years after. So we needed the fresh new people right now. And at 4-in-1 came at the best time because I was able to pour into these people and more focus on them, and then like help them become that leader if if that's what they wanted with this business.
You guys, they're still mass recruiters with 4-in-1. So don't let them fool you. I'm like, okay, I can still see your numbers and they're amazing. And so you're doing a great job of the duplication. So if you want still big numbers, you can still have big numbers and duplicate. And here's the thing that I love what she's saying is you all want to make a lot of money, right? Drop a 2 in the comments if you all want to be on here learning about how to make a lot of money.
Yeah, nobody's doing it.
I mean, I think, we get into business maybe wanting a little bit, but then you see and hear stories and you're like, I want that. I want that income. And is it possible? And it absolutely is with the right mindset. And with Courtney's mindset, Brett's mindset now, it's, I'm going to do whatever it takes. And so whatever it takes, she just shared about TikTok, the reels, you've got to grow a network. And so if you feel like I'm doing all the things, your network isn't big enough, you got to grow your network. And so I love, even in the voice message that you sent over, share with me what you're doing, because I love that you said the reels is like where it's at right now. So share a little bit of that, because you guys, this is going to be a crucial part for your business, I think, to help you just have that mass success. But promise me you will be consistent, because that is the word that I'm going to hear. You're going to hear over and over and over. And that is a word that I think Courtney is consistent. So share away.
Yeah. So yeah, don't get me wrong, guys. I didn't slow down to the point where I wasn't like duplicating on 4-in-1s. I have one girl who's about to sign her distributor this week, and that will be our 7th bonus since 4-in-1 and the success bonuses came out. So like you can still like have massive results and make a massive income with this 4-in-1 system. I think that's the beauty of it. You can start with that first goal, and that's what I'm going to talk about in a second. You can start with that first goal, and then you can keep growing from there. And once you feel confident and comfortable in that one goal, you can do it on a massive scale, like earning all these success bonuses that you can, right? We have the 3 that you can earn right now. I would max that out for sure, aim for 1 a month and get those success bonuses done. So for us, consistency has always been a huge thing. If you want to like be great at anything that you do, you have to be consistent, right? Like if you met somebody who wanted to become like an Olympic skater, do you think that they just practice one time, right? No, they're actually out there every single day. We were reading, what was the book? It Takes What It Takes, right?
Yeah.
When they were talking about how like, was it Michael Jordan?
Oh no, that was either Relentless.
Oh, Relentless. Well, he's like always out there, right? He's always going to be out there no matter what, right? No matter how you feel, even if there's what is winning defined as? It was winning. What is winning defined as, right? Winning is defined as still showing up on the days where you don't feel like it, and the days that you're not like 100%. Winning is still pursuing your goals despite that. So for me and for Brett, honestly, like we work our business every day, no matter what. There's not a day that I have ever taken off in 5 years. Even when I had a crazy busy schedule, even if our Wi-Fi didn't work at a campground, I would go to Starbucks and I'd find that Wi-Fi. Like I made sure that my business became a number 1 priority to me. And when it became that number 1 priority, it started to pay us, right? As a business instead of a hobby. So Reels is huge right now, right? It's a new platform on Facebook Reels. So if you're not utilizing that right now, I would 100% start tonight, and you can do you can post whatever you want on there. Honestly, like I see people that post reaction videos to things, like stuff not even about the business. I just post consistently every day, probably like around 3 videos on Reels. And right now I'm just taking a lot of my TikToks that I've made over the years and just bringing them over to the platform. And that's bringing people to my page. So when I post a status or I post a story, people are coming to me. Like I can post one status about the gummies and I'll have hundreds of comments, when before I'd probably get like 5. But Facebook Reels is bringing that network in. And the only reason I'm getting that network in is because I'm doing it every day, no matter what.
Yep.
So when TikTok came out, same exact thing, right? Post to post still works, guys. It still works. It's not like a one time and done thing. It still works if you work it. So if you want to be really great at something, if you want to look for an opportunity, right? I was just talking to Steph about this. I look for opportunities in my business of how I can enroll during that day. So if I'm looking at my planner today, right, I'll write my 3 goals at the top, and it's usually how many distributors I want, how many customers I want, and sample cash. I usually put that there as my 3 goals. And I look at the opportunities I can make to get those enrollments. So if I don't have people coming to me from my Reels, from my TikToks, from my messages from yesterday, from my follow-ups, right, then I'm going to intentionally go out and do things that would get those enrollments. Yep. So sending messages, sending follow-ups, get hosts to post up. As long as I look for those opportunities in my day of when I can fit my business in and just do it every day, no matter how I feel, because feeling is just a temporary circumstance, right? I'm going to be getting those enrollments and I'm going to be getting my 4-in-1s done. And Brett, where do you come into play with everything?
So I work her host to posts and all those statuses that she puts up from getting people to her page. I go through and I message all those people, and then I send that first message to them. So when she goes to open up her messenger, she knows exactly where the conversation is going. If it was a gummies post, it'll be gummies. If it was slimming system, stuff like that. So it's just one less thing for her to have to worry about. So then she can start focusing on having one-on-ones with her new distributors, following up with people. So like I said, it's just one less thing to take off of her plate that I can kind of help out with to make everything run a lot smoother.
So if you have someone else in your life, like a significant other, let's just say like a husband, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whatever, that wants to start doing this with you. And like, they're just like, okay, how can I help out? Like, I would love to help you get a 4-in-1, because guess what? That's going to mean we're going to go out on a date this Saturday. Okay. Like, just like have those goals for yourself as a couple, if you want to work as a couple, and they can just work on your page. Brett doesn't have to do it on his own Facebook. Like he did it once and he got 4 hosts to post up and sign some customers.
3 customers.
He signed 3 customers. So it is possible. You can do that, but why like not just log into mine that's already like established and growing, and he can help me with it. So like he said, he starts those conversations so that I do have the conversations in my DM ready to go. And then last night I signed a customer in like 2 seconds, and I was like, what just happened? How'd that happen? It was because he was sending the messages. I was like, oh my gosh, you just basically signed that customer for me.
With everything like labeled out in boards, like it's
Boards,
like she literally puts it.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. It makes it very, very foolproof for me.
It's easy for men. I'm just kidding.
No,
and you guys, she's going to drop the board in the chat too. I know you guys are going to ask for it, so she'll put that up here. But one of the things that I saw a question, do you have your Instagram public?
No.
Yeah. Yep.
Let me answer this one too, because it's very interesting. Think about it this way. By having your Instagram as private, that's like being the owner of a store and having the lights turned off and the open sign turned off.
Well, and things have changed, because it used to be people wanted to be private because then they would go and send a bunch of messages, a request, right? And then because they wanted to see what was going on privately. So things have shifted. So I understand that question.
Yes.
But right now, if you're doing reels, you want the whole world to see that. So absolutely, I think that's a great thing to be public. Like, I've always been public. I've never really been private even when they said that. You guys, reels works, because I'm kind of picking on Joel with his. And I'm like, you are getting paid for those. Like, I just like, what? Like,
hey, I got a distributor last week.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about that.
So here's the thing, you guys, you can do a lot with just yourself. You want to do, I think we talked a lot about the last few weeks, is you hear people that are having success, they're doing all of the things. You've got to grow a network to get the eyes on you, but you also got to be doing and not waiting around for your network to grow. So did you guys catch that? She's doing the host to post, she's doing the ads, she's doing whatever it takes. That speaks to my language. Like, I'm going to go and learn reels and get those posts out, but I'm not going to wait for the people to message me when I know that I'm not afraid of the word no, or nobody responding right away, because I'm going to keep going until I get that customer or distributor that I have on my goal list. So what do you have? If you have a customer or distributor for that day, are you going to send out 2 messages, or are you going to send out 200? I mean, does it really matter, as long as you're doing whatever it takes to get you to the goals that you want, until that video goes viral and then people are coming to you. So I think that's something that any one of you can start immediately doing as a new distributor, all the way to somebody that's been in 5 years and just feels like, okay, I'm ready. What do I need to do? This is what you need to do. So I think that speaks to both. Here's the other thing that I love about you guys is he's doing kind of the work that might take away from what you're strong in, right, Court? So that's great. Some of you may have kids that are teenagers that are freaking wizards, and they can get out a message like lightning. So why not give them, maybe you pay them, hey, I'm going to give you $5, $10, $20, whatever it is, if you can do this for me, instead of them going and getting a job. Teenagers love money too. And it's a great way to just send them out. Here's Board's app, because they'll probably be able to set it up just fine. And then give them the message to create the conversation. So I think, those are some just great tips of like, how can I utilize, people that are in my household, because I know some of you might be like, well, I'm single, I don't have somebody. Well,
do you have a niece or a nephew or a cousin?
And you don't even need that, you guys. There's a point of she's getting, did you hear, hundreds of messages. That's the point that you want to get to. So right now, you may not have hundreds of people commenting. We want to get you to that place. That's where you're going to have that, like, oh my gosh, I need somebody. And then you're going to be able to be like, well, I'm rolling in the money from these success bonuses, so I can spend $20 on messages that I can put out there for kids, or hire an assistant to do throughout the week. So those things will be coming. Anything else on that? So right now, I think it's really Reels. Is that where you're feeling like more so?
And still TikTok. So I actually made a new TikTok account. So I grew my first TikTok account to like 286,000 followers. And then last week, just because I wanted to show new distributors that they can still be successful now. Because I had a lot of people saying, oh, it's because you did it in 2020 and like all this stuff. I'm like, no, I'm going to still do it now. So last week I made a new account for Brett and I. It's actually it's called Wandering Worse. And I made that second account. It already has 1,000 followers. It already had a video that went viral. I'm getting people, it was a business opportunity video that I'm getting people over to my Instagram. So what I did there was I'm just consistently doing stuff every single day. So I think that's the big thing too, that I saw a lot of comments in the chat saying, oh, I'm trying and I'm just not successful with it. I'm like, guys, if you just make it, I keep saying burning desire, but it's so true. But if you just make it a burning desire to stay consistent and focus on it, and just say, I'm going to give it like the rest of the year, right? Like so many people set goals for, let me give it a week and see if I can be successful on TikTok. Let me give it a couple days and see if I can get a viral video on Facebook Reels. It doesn't work like that. I was talking on a Zoom earlier and I was saying that TikTok, right, is a platform that's borrowed space. So if you have 5 followers or if you have millions of followers, you can have the same amount of time for your video to appear on the For You page. That's what I love about this platform. So if you are a super consistent person and you just want to if you want to be successful at TikTok or Reels, you just have to do it every single day consistently. And even when you get 5 views for the next 3 weeks, are you still going to do it? Right? This, just like our business, it's not a get rich quick scheme, right? Like we are literally in something that can be a lifetime opportunity. I'm going to be building this business for the rest of my life, right? Do you feel the same way about your business? If you do, then will you show up every day and work your business and work your TikTok and work your Reels and do these things, even if you don't see that gratification right away? Right? Like the microwave society example, this was one of my favorite things that I've ever heard. And it just works perfectly. If you put popcorn in the microwave and you put it on for 30 seconds and you stop it every 30 seconds, will your popcorn ever pop? Never, literally never pop. You'll never eat that popcorn. But if you consistently pop it for 3 minutes, you're going to enjoy your snack. That's the same thing for this business. If you want to be making an income that could literally travel the country full time for you and your husband or whatever that is, pay down debt, just be able to feel financially free, you have to consistently show up and do the things for your business, even if you don't see the results now. So when I decided to make TikTok a priority, it took me 6 weeks of posting almost 6 times a day. Would you do that? Would you do 6 videos a day for the next 6 weeks and not get any results? And then out of nowhere, you sign 60 distributors from 1 video. Because I decided to keep going. That's why I keep promoting in my business. That's why I'm successful with these bonuses and 4-in-1. And I'm teaching my team the same thing, because I will never give up on my dreams, right? This is the only thing that is yours. This is your business, no one else's. So you have to keep working and going at it, even if you don't see those results right away.
Okay, bye. I'm going to go do some TikToks. I got to get them out. I think you guys.
I need to see more fire emojis.
I feel like I've heard this over and over, and everybody says things differently. And that's the goal of these every single week, is you're going to hear the same things, but different, right? Because we're all just, things are a little different the way that it comes out. And I think the idea is do all of those things and the customers and distributors are going to come. We don't want you to wait, obviously, on getting your customer. Talked a little bit last week on a new distributor, get your dirt list out, go to those places first while you're getting your videos up. And I love that, because if you're doing these things, you're going to make some money along the way too, by getting the messages out, by being consistent. Here's the other thing, is if you're being consistent on your social media with stories and before and after pictures and just life, so they can see what you're about, that's what's going to draw them in as well. And so do you have your before and after picture, your 14-day easy results? Those are some things that you still want to do as you're getting these videos up. And I think one of the things that is just important, it doesn't matter what kind of video they are. It really doesn't. I think that's the thing, is everybody wants to know, okay, I want to follow so-and-so and I want to follow so-and-so. At this point, I don't care what videos they are. It's growing your network so that they can go and see, just like what we used to teach on Facebook. It didn't matter. They were going to go check you out. If you send them a message, they're going to go look at your page and see what you're about. Are you positive? Are you fun? Are you a mom? Do you love Disney? What are the things that you're all about? So learning right now, it's a great time to go, let me readjust my Facebook or my Instagram. This is who I am. This is what I want to be. And as that network is growing, they're going to see, who are you? And it's okay if you're like, man, I don't even know who I am. I need to really let people know who I am and start that today. It's never too late to just make that change and move forward. You guys, this Zoom is going to go over 8:30. Are you guys okay with that? Let me, before I go through, give me a 1 if you guys are okay with that, because I could stop it.
You guys can
I
hang.
didn't think so.
Okay.
This is why we wanted to jump right in. So I think you guys get the picture of, y'all just need to go. It doesn't matter what you do on a video. I don't even care if you're like, do a video of a tree. Like, who cares? That could go viral. For the love, I have seen things go viral. I'm waiting for something magical to happen and it doesn't. So, all right. So you've got that. So if I'm a new distributor, is that what you're teaching me to do right off the gate, is go create some reels? Are you having me go to a dirt list? So pretend that I'm brand new. Hi, I'm so excited, Courtney. I saw the Slimming Gummies, but I decided to join because I saw I could make money like you do. And I love your RV and I want to travel and I want to go to Disney tomorrow because I know you're packing tomorrow for tomorrow's Disney trip. So how would I get started? What do I do?
Yeah. So once they're plugged in right away, it's first thing is asking them about their why, right? Like, they need to be connected to the reason why they're working. They're not just going to show up and work for themselves to make whatever they think they're making. Because honestly, at first people are like, I'm making how much? Like, am I clocking in? And I'm like, no, it's not that kind of job. This is your business. You're building this for a lifetime, right? So I find out their why, and then I get them into our team pages. And right away, I get them set up first, honestly, with the boards, because I feel like having boards and having the scripts there, I set them up on this app called Boxer. It's like a walkie-talkie app, and it's just easier to talk to people. A lot of people that have Android too, I can't send voice messages, and I'm a big voice message person. So I put them in this app called Boxer, and then it's a walkie-talkie app where they can play my voice message and they can speed it up if I talk too much, and they just can do it while they also go do something else. So if I can walk them through host to post, right? If they're having trouble with learning host to post, which is one of their first things they do, I can walk them through it, and they can actually be in the Facebook app while listening to my voice message. So that's huge. Like, I know iPhone messages, you can't do that and you can't speed people up. So I love Boxer, Boxer, for that. Once they're in there and they have my boards app set up, I'm actually showing a lot of my new distributors how to create their own board, because I don't want them to just be using my scripts. Of course, I want them to be using their own to make it personally tweaked to them. And then we're learning host to post right away. So we're not even doing video stuff yet. I really want to show the duplication, and not every single person is so thrilled to go make some TikToks right away or some reels right away, but anyone in the entire world, I don't care what age you are or any of your background at all, you can do host to post, right? Like, it's so simple. So yes, it still works. You just have to do it. You just have to do it. So for me, like when I was talking to you guys earlier and I was saying that I'll go look for those opportunities to enroll. If I know, like right now, I'm like, okay, I'm good. I did my follow-ups. I already set my messages. I made my video content. I'll go work on getting host to post up. So I help them do the giveaway host to post, and I help them do gummies. And then everyone that posts for them, we just offer the product and the business to them after, and they talk to them about that. Then I get them started in video content if they're ready for that, if they want to do that. I have stuff already created in my phone that I can just send them so they can post it as a TikTok. And Steph, you're so right. You cannot have a wrong video. You can post anything, and it can, so do not be afraid. Like Steph was saying, find the things that you want your page to be about. Like, find your 5 things that make you and you unique, and that you would love to talk about. Like Sam Bowers, right? She does crock pot videos all the time and they blow up. Tavia Monet is in the company. She does reaction videos. So she goes down her For You page on TikTok and finds something that's viral and she just does a reaction video to it and watches someone else's TikTok. She puts it onto Facebook Reels and now she's blowing up over there with like thousands and thousands. She has 130,000 followers, all from basically doing reaction videos. So you can do whatever you want. I did today on a power hour, I was showing people that I went onto Instagram stories and did the create button on the story. And you know, when you do like create, there's like a font. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but if you go into your Instagram story, hit the create button in the top left corner, you can actually go down to the one that says a GIF and do an iPhone background. And I just made a video literally saying like, you don't need a mask on a plane anymore. What do you feel about that? Because people love giving their opinions. And that was it. There's no music, nothing. It took me 2 seconds to do. I put it on my reels and it's almost at like 20,000 views on Facebook now. Just that. Literally just to cause people to react in the comments. So I'm showing my new distributors that they can do stuff like that, like anything to get their following growing. And then if from there, it just depends. I think every single person, you know, obviously is unique. If they want to have like a Facebook Messenger party that I learned at conference, I've been doing that with a lot of my newbies and it's going really well. Just doing like a messenger party with their friends and family. If they want to send out a message to their friends and family, just seeing where they're at that moment, or if they're loving host to post, keep continuing with that. If they're loving TikTok and Reels, I have a girl who didn't love doing Facebook stuff at all. She actually like had a bad experience on Facebook before. So she's just doing TikTok and Instagram. So I'm showing her how to make the TikToks and then get people over into her Instagram.
You guys, you can see there's so many things. It's all about what do you want? And are you willing to do all of those things? Because that's a lot of things when you think about that. She just host to post, you know, TikTok, Reels, stories, all of the things. And I think, you know, doing all of that to get that, your marketing, so your attraction marketing, all of those things gets your network to growing and you're going to crush it. And then here's the thing is you're going to be like, okay, how do I sign a customer? What do I do? Those things will come. You will be so excited that people are going to be like, okay, I have my boards app. I need to make sure I need to go and look at that. So, you know, if you're new, you're going to look at these things and you're going to be able to ask your team pages, the person that enrolled you, or somebody is going to want to help you enroll a customer. Believe me, you're tied to somebody that wants to make sure that you're getting that customer distributor in. If you don't know how to enroll a customer or distributor, go to your website tonight and pretend that you are somebody that is going to go in as a customer that I would want gummies. How do I click around and do those things? Those are some of the things that I did when I joined 13 years ago that you still can do and teach your new distributor to do. You can't be afraid to go put in a customer or distributor or send them a cart. So those are some things that, you know, make sure that you know how to do that. And you can do all of this to grow your network, because there are so many thousands of people that do not know who we are. It is like we are in the ocean. Like there is so many fish in the sea that want to be part of this. And you want to make sure that you're the ones that are making the money. So, I lost track of where I was going to go with the next thing. So newbies, I mean, really, this is for anyone, you guys. I think you could see the scenarios like, okay, I could be like, I've been in 3 years. What do I do? This is it. Like, it's not hard. It's work. So, you know, when you think, oh my gosh, they've got it so easy, because they choose to work throughout the day and when they want, and they turn it on and off when they want. So if they're like, well, I'm not getting the customers or distributors, because they're just not choosing to go and do the work. And so it will work when you work it. So we want to make sure that, yes, no matter what, it's not hard, it's still work, but it's so much more rewarding knowing that you're going to have yourself set up for residual income. You're going to be able to teach people to do this, and your job, you don't know if it's secure or not. And right now, with the way the market is, the way the things are with inflation, everybody's looking to make extra money. And what a great way to make sure that they can do it from their phone anytime that they want from anywhere. I think that's the number one thing that you've shown, that you travel around in an RV and you're like, I can take my business anywhere I want. So Brett, as a guy, I know Joel had, you know, a question or something that he wanted to ask, because this isn't just a women's business. Like, you know.
All right, Brett. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Now, I've already done a podcast on this,
Okay.
But I want to hear it from your mouth. Help all the brothers out. As a man, how do you do this women's business? And can a man be successful in this women's business?
Yes. First, I mean, so when I first started doing it with her, again, like I wasn't really a big believer, blah, blah, all that whole thing. But when I started actually working my own Facebook, she had the systems in place. She had the script. She had everything for me to do. All I did was just change a couple of the words around. Like
The hey girls.
I wasn't saying, hey girl, like I would never like
That would be awesome.
read what you're sending first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second, like it doesn't matter who you are, you can do this. It's like that's when you start getting in your own head about it. Like, oh, I don't know, it's all these women here. Like I need a guy to follow. Like, no, you just need to plug in and do what you need to do. It's not like you just have to do the work.
It is so true. I think that's the thing. It's like it's not hard. And you guys, he said something, make sure you read before you send it. Like that's a big thing, is if you're going in and you're doing a boards app or you're going to somebody else's and it's not how you talk, change it to how you talk, make it fit to what you want. That was one thing that I caught from you tonight, Courtney, was having that new distributor create their own board. So it's a little bit more geared towards them. So that's something that I feel like I need to do better at, is like, okay, I need to take the time with a newbie to actually set them up with their own and not just because there's so many, right? There's so many boards out there and ways to talk to people, but ultimately it's your business. And that's fine if you want to use those. And then if that's how you want to be, but that's something that I totally took away. So, I feel like all of us should be going to our significant others and be like, it's a competition. Like we need this as like, see who can sign as many people. So what else do you do, Brett? I know that.
So yeah, I stopped basically working my own Facebook. I log into hers. Yeah, I'll go through host to post every day. If she gets like a giveaway host to post up, I'll make sure I send those at night, or I'm usually waking up a little bit earlier to go to the gym. So I'll comment back to everyone. I'll get messages out so that when she wakes up, she has something to kind of look forward to in her inbox. Also, I forget who said it, but they said something about like their boyfriend takes the gummies. That's another way that men can help out with the business too. Be a product of the product. I personally lost 80 pounds using all these products. So like she would get the auto shipment every month. I would take everything. I would take the gummies, I would take the coffee and thermo. Those are my three like favorite things. And then I think Joel even said it, the fall conference, when we first came out with the new apparel line, wear the shirts, wear everything you possibly can. So that's what I do. I wear the fall conference socks that say it works at the top and make coffee slay all day. I wear those to the gym every day. I wear like my It Works shirt. Like I rep the brand as much as I possibly can. So yeah, I'm not like on the front lines with you guys, but I am doing a lot of behind the scenes. I'm helping out any way that I possibly can.
Yeah. And he writes back to every comment saying like, add me as a friend and message me. That's a big thing that's changed people to actually respond to me instead of me saying, I added you for more information. People are coming to my inbox and saying the word, but he also does still send the first message, even if they haven't sent the cleanse word or the gummies word or whatever. He still gets that conversation initiated, but that person now can go check and actually see the message in their request folder. Because if we're not Facebook friends yet, then it gets lost, right? So he does that part a lot, and that really, really helps out a lot, because it's more like that tedious task work that he can fill in. So if you have a significant other, or guys can do this, right? Like, why can't guys hit buttons on phones too? There's so many trainers he follows that promote like Ghost, protein powder and other stuff like that. Like, what's the difference between doing that and having your own product line, especially if we're developing even more and more, right, into workout supplements and things like that? That's going to be perfect for men. So do not like exclude men from joining your team. They can do this just as well. Like Brett just got a job, actually. That's why we're here in New Jersey. We're going to be here for a little while. He just got a job as a trainer. So he's going to be able to have these clients and have these people at a gym. And he's also, well, he should, I don't know if he's allowed to, but he also can start talking about some products maybe if they see him on Facebook, right? So guys can do that too.
Sneaky. I get it. That's what I used to do.
I didn't realize that you lost 80 pounds. Again, you guys, it's just crazy just knowing you think that when you look at somebody, their instant success without really peeling back the onion and really seeing all of the layers that it took to have that instant success, right? So I think that's what's exciting to me is when we do these Zooms every week, you can be that instant success that we're going to interview, 6 months from now, when you're like, I can look back and go, I decided on April 25th, 2022, that was my time. I'm going to go do all the reels. I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to do whatever it takes because I'm all in with this business and there's nothing else that could really pay like that.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the next 3-year overnight success that comes from watching this Zoom.
I know, it's exciting. Courtney Brett, was there anything? I feel like there's a lot more. Like we might have to do a part 2. Like we really need to come back in a couple weeks, maybe, or something. But is there anything else tonight? Because I know this is a lot, you guys, to go out and to do the things and not think of. So as we're closing month end out, because it's month end, we're coming to the end and we still want to hit those numbers, hit those goals. Is there anything that you can suggest, for month end, or drop in the comments? I know you shared something with me. So
Yeah. So I had a board that we did an enroll-a-thon on our team like a week or so ago. So that board's really good. I'll send it here. Oh, the end of last month we did it. So it has all these like end of month scripts to help you fix credit card declines, a TikTok I'll send it right now. Sorry. There you go. TikTok giveaway that you can recreate and get people over onto your Instagram. It has follow-up messages. It has messages just to ask in general, right? One of my biggest things at the end of the month, especially, is I go on my Facebook Messenger and I search a keyword that I use the entire month. Right. So if I talked about products, I probably use the word challenge or discount or something like that. If I talked about the business opportunity, I probably use the word video or watch, because I have them watch a video to learn more about the opportunity. So I search those keywords in my messenger and I go back through all my conversations and I just do massive follow-ups. So massive follow-ups at the end of the month, especially. And then when you feel like I don't think you'll ever be done, right? Like if you keep doing this business, guys, you're going to have follow-ups forever. So if you're brand new though, right, there's a section in that board that I just sent that says, if you're new, start here. And it's just messages you can send out to people on Facebook, people on Instagram. I love going through my Facebook. And when I feel like I'm done with that for the moment, I'll go over to Instagram. And on Instagram, you don't have to be friends with people, right? You can literally go to an account that you love to follow, let's just say like a brand that you love to follow. Go to their most recent photos, start following other women, other men from there that are like you, and message them. Like ask them to get a hostess story up for you, right? Send them or ask what this is one of my favorite messages. Oh, it's hooked up to somebody's thing. This is one of my favorite messages just to send out on Instagram. And let me just send it here. And I got it. Caitlin's on here, right? Let's see. This one, she sent me this second script, and it's so good because it offers like the products and also the business opportunity. That's just something, if you're done for the day and you feel like, oh, I just didn't get any, like my followers weren't that great, my hosted posts weren't that great, my TikToks didn't blow up, go send some messages on Instagram. And like Steph said, this can be a lot of different things that you can be successful in, but I want you to know, even if you're brand new, right? Even if you've done this for a while, don't get overwhelmed by the abundance of things that we're like offering for you to do tonight. Okay. I want you to be so focused on just one and feel so confident and comfortable in it, and then go do something else. So if you feel like TikTok and Reels kind of scares you and you want to like dive into that, go dive into that. And then once you perfect it and you feel good with it, go over and perfect host to post, right? So just having these little breakdowns of things you can do, then you'll come 5 years later, right? This is 5 years later. This isn't like I just started. 5 years later, you'll be like, okay, what can I do for my business to get an enrollment today? And for me, like I get so obsessed with that goal of my enrollment. And now I'm helping my newbies feel that same way, that we just go after it together and we'll figure out those opportunities to do it. One last thing, I know we have to end, I'm sorry guys. One last thing that I really want to stress that's so important, and I talked about this at conference, and I think it's literally what changed the game for me, was personal development. Like I need to make sure my mindset's right, because, and this is why it's really good to have open communication with your significant other or someone that's close to you, because they're going to be the one who actually sees you behind the computer and the Facebook beautiful pictures that you post. They're going to be the one living with you every day. So they're going to know when you get into that bad mindset moments, which happens honestly all the time, right? There's never going to be beautiful days, always amazing days, right? Like today, earlier, I was bummed out that some of my enrollments that were supposed to enroll it, I didn't, right? And I kind of got a little crying pity parties to my husband. And he was like, what are you doing? Let's check your mindset. Let's get back. Like, so just make sure if you have these goals for yourself and you're working on a 4-in-1 and a success bonus, and you're just like putting that stuff out there, go tell someone who's close to you, if it's your best friend, if it's your spouse, your sister, just be like, hey, I'm working on this goal. And when I feel like I'm going to start like complaining and being miserable about something, can you just like tell me to go listen to this podcast or read this audiobook or listen to this audiobook, go for a walk, like put your feet on the ground, like go work out. Like, can you go tell me to give that pep talk to me? Because I need it. Because sometimes you can get stuck in your head so much that it's impossible to get out unless someone else helps you. Okay. So have that mindset, right? And for my new distributors, and you guys can take with your new distributors too, find something free on YouTube that they can listen to that will help them. Like I've been sending my new girls You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, because I think that's a great like boost for personal development book. And they're listening to it to start their day for 15 minutes just to get that boost, and then go learn how to do host to post, and then go learn how to let's go send messages on Instagram, things like that. So make sure that's this key center of your business, is that you're willing to grow and you're willing to be open about your goals to the person close to you so they can get you back in the game.
That'll preach.
That was fire. I am excited. Is everybody else excited? Like, okay, I'm going to do this. Drop a fire. I don't know. Drop one fires. You can drop it all in the comments. And then in a second, I'm going to have you repost. I don't know if people saw that, you guys, she did drop her board fire. Like it's going to be a minute before they stop. I probably shouldn't have done that, but you needed to know that you were on fire. Brett, you were on such fire. Like we need to have a repeat. We need to just do another like part 2 series. And just know, I think really that you guys can do this. So, all right, no more posting for a second. We're going to wait a second. There it is.
There it is. We see it.
You guys go make sure in the chat, if you can copy that so that you have your end of month fireboard, and you can edit it, use it, whatever you want to do with that. Make sure that you have that. But I appreciate you taking the time out, Court and Brett. I know that you're busy tonight packing because you're going to Disney tomorrow. So have the best time. Like, I love that. You guys, there was so many amazing tips. It was simple things that I hope that you caught, like be a product of the product, just start. Don't expect things to happen tomorrow. Now it could, I shouldn't say that, because we never know when a viral is going to happen video. Like you could go post a tree and it could go viral. So, but you got to do the things that, Brett and Courtney have done to have that success. One of the things I want you guys to make sure, if you've got in your 2 loyal customers, push yourself hard month end to get 2 more and a distributor so that you can knock out your 4-in-1, so that you're on your way to that success bonus. You guys, we have such a simple system. Don't want you to forget, with all of these things that we have access to, building the business has that system of the 4-in-1s, and that's going to maximize the comp plan. It's going to push you towards that success bonus of the $2,500. And like she said, maximize out as much as those as you can. And then as you're growing and teaching that, you're going to build up in the ranks. So if you're getting close to ranks, understand, knowing, okay, how close am I to going diamond or emerald or whatever that is with volume, so that you can really work with your team on growing yourselves on up the rank. So I appreciate you guys so very much. I love you all. Have the best time at Disney. You deserve it after this fire Zoom. Like, I'm so appreciative. And then you guys, next week, Monday, I've got another I feel like I've got literally like super powerhouses like every week for a while. So I'm loving these. I hope you guys are too. I appreciate your time. Let's just go have an amazing month end. And I cannot wait for some things that are coming really soon. So, all right, you guys, have an amazing week and month end. We'll see you guys soon.
See you guys.
Bye.